What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Warkid here, coming to you with another League of Legends commentary. Now, in this video, I am playing as Vayne. As you can see, AD carry in the bot lane here with Janna as my support, who works really well with Vayne in my opinion, because she gives you that extra damage that is just OP on Vayne, since Vayne is strong as it is. Now, in lane phase, usually Vayne does counter Easy. She usually bullies him. However, with a Soraka support, Easy can just spam and do whatever he pleases, basically. So, what I'm doing in this lane is I'm going to just be farming, basically, because I scale better than Easy late game, as many of you may or may not know. Now, as you'll see in this gameplay, the Soraka is very, very smart. What she'll do is, that I haven't actually seen many Sorakas do when I face them in lane, is she'll heal a minion to throw off my CS, like my rhythm. Once she does it again, I'll show it to you so you guys basically can catch it, because it's hard to catch, especially when you're focusing on my character at that. So, as you can see here, I do start out with the Doran's Blade here. Sometimes I'll start out with a longsword and 2 pots, just because I usually get Blade of the Rune King as their first item, no matter what the enemy team comp is. The reasoning for that is because the attack speed and the lifesteal on it is just insane. With Vayne, I like to build straight attack speed usually, because the more that you can get that third attack off, the better. So, because her third attack does extra damage, I believe it's a critical, and the faster you can get that off, the more damage you're going to be doing. So, right now I'm just farming right now, like I said, just to outscale her. Alright, so as you can see, I level up my Q first. I always get my Q first, and then I get my W second, and I get my Condemn third. The reasoning, a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll just level up their Q before even getting Condemn. But the reasoning behind, I like to do all my AD carries, is just get all my abilities right off the bat, because all your abilities are basically situational. And what I mean by that is, let's just say the jungler came to gank right now on my team, and I didn't have my Condemn. That could be the loss of a potential kill for the sole fact that I didn't have my Condemn. Alright, so right now, as you see there, I am forced to pop my Flash and Barrier, but it is okay, because the Janna is able to clean up the kill. Great job by Meatballs. What a great name. So yeah, he does pick up that kill. I get the assist, which is good because it gives me the advantage in my lane. Now, it is okay if your support does get the kill, because you get an assist off Vic, giving you more gold and putting you ahead in the lane. So don't ever be upset, and don't yell at your support saying, "Oh, you KS me, blah blah blah." Yeah, it is better if you get the kill, but it's not a loss if you don't, because in the end it's still good. Alright, so I went on my first back. I am able to pick up the Vampiric Scepter, which is one of the items required to build into Blade of the Rune King. So right now, Janna is just cleaning up the minions and the CS that I will not be able to get, which as a support you should be doing. If your AD carry is unable, let's see if this Cho'Gath dies here. I don't think he does. Alright. But anyway, if you're playing support and your AD carry is not going to be able to get to that farm because he or she went back, like I just did there, feel free to take the CS. Don't let it go to waste to the turret. So, the only time you shouldn't be stealing CS is if the AD carry is able to get to it. So, good job by Janna there. Smart taking that CS, like I explained. Alright, so as you can see here, Easy's doing a good job hitting me with his W and shooting it through the minions, which is pretty OP. I hate versing Easy Sorakas, man. It's such an annoying lane to verse because the amount of sustain that they have. Easy can just do as he pleases, basically. It's very hard to kill an Easy with Soraka. Now, as you can see here, I'm not too sure why my jungler hasn't come down yet. He's had many opportunities to gank right now. As much as I don't like to rely on my junglers to win lane, because I feel if you're relying on a jungler to win a lane for you, then you're like not doing your job, you know? I mean, unless the enemy jungler is present all the time, your jungler shouldn't have to go in your lane. But I'm just saying, like, he's had opportunities to do so. So as you saw there, Soraka put herself in a bad position, so I was able to punish her for it by condemning her into the wall. and doing some extra damage. Don't ever be afraid to punish a support. Just because they're support doesn't mean you shouldn't try to kill them, especially if they're out of place. Alright, so basically just farming right now. Still, I think I'm ahead of in this easy in CS right now. I'm not too sure. Once I pull up the tab here in a bit, I will see if I am far or behind. Alright, so right there's a perfect example of how to farm with your Q. If you feel that the minion, if there's two minions right next to each other and one of them is lower than the other and you feel like you're going to miss the CS, you make sure to Q because it is a quicker way to clear the wave. Alright, so right here we do see that Easy is by himself because Soraka did go back or is out of position. So we punish him for it. We zone him out from experience and CS, and I completely choke and miss that big cannon minion, which is the most important one out of any wave because it gives the most gold. So right here I see, what you're about to see is, I'll explain what happens. So right there I see Eve is in that bush and I'm just trying to force her out. I'm wondering why she's still standing there. I pop my ult and I'm just stuttering right now. Because I'm like, why isn't this Eve coming out of here? Like, I was trying to force her to come out and possibly pop an ult or something like that, or waste her time, but she just stood there, so I was very confused by that.
The dark should fear me.
So right now I'm not sure if that Eve is still here, like in their bush or just invisible, because they're playing very weird. They're being a little aggressive and out of position, so that's why I figured, oh, she might still be here. So I see that Jarvan is on his way. So right now I'm just baiting. I don't want to make it look too obvious. I know that Easy's going to get away, so I'm just like, screw it, I'll just go for this Soraka. Now Janna did actually pop that ult and knock Soraka away, which wasn't really that good because you want to make sure that you use your ult properly. I mean, it was an accident. It's completely understandable. She had good intentions, but it was just mechanically played bad. Alright, so able to dodge Easy's ult here. Jarvan does use his ult and unfortunately traps me in there with him, but I fortunately do have my flash up and able to flash out of it. It is completely worth that Jarvan died. I was able to pick off the kill and get double buff. So good job by Jarvan, even though he trapped me in that ult with him. And good job by Jan as well for that assist. So right now it's just clearing this wave as fast as I can to make sure that Easy loses CS to the turret. So Soraka is back, so I'm just gonna, I know she really can't do anything to me, so I'm just gonna freely farm.
I release them from their
and put myself even further ahead of the game. Usually I would have went back by now, but since I have double buffs and it's just Soraka, I know for a fact that I'm okay and that I'm safe. Alright, so got as much CS out of it as I could. Made sure that Easy lost minion waves to the turret, or even Soraka, and now we're heading on back. So I have 1,950 gold. Let's see what I do pick up here. I do believe I'm going still. Alright, so I build my Catalyst, and what else do I get here? Berserker Greaves, and one more Dagger to increase that attack speed. Now, in this gameplay that you're going to see, my build is, I would say, different than when I usually build on Vayne. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I like to build Vayne attack speed oriented, and in this video I don't do so. But I find that I like this build that I do in this video better because the amount of damage that I put out is just incredible. As you'll see here in a bit, or late game, mid game. Let me know how you build Vayne, or what you prefer, and if you like the build that I do at the end of the game. So I see Jarvan comes in for the gank. I'm going for Easy here. I do condemn, don't condemn him. For some reason, my condemn wasn't going off this game when I was doing it. Maybe it's because Soraka was silencing me when I didn't even, like, I couldn't even tell she was doing it. So I'm going YOLO swag right now. I pop my barrier and able to get off that last auto attack. It is completely worth it because I say so. As long as you say worth, it's always worth. You could lose the game, but if you say worth, it's worth. Alright, so Kassadin does bail out on that. Good job by my team. Really good gank by Fizz and Jarvan. it's pretty safe to say that they are getting me fed and they're carrying me in lane. I'm just doing my job and picking off the kills as they provide me the opportunity to do so. Alright, so right now just pushing back into lane here. Still don't have enough for my Blade of the Rune King, but I am ahead of my lane. As you see, I said help top Jarv. I had caps lock on by accident. Did not mean to yell at him. I just meant to say help top Jarv. Alright, so I see that here. I'm just going to poke them out. Jarvan is going real hard here. Alright, so since Fizz and Jarvan are too low, they decide to back out. Smart play by them, and they go back. And I just go back to lane and farm. So look at all this farm I got here. I'm not too sure if I'm ahead in CS. I haven't looked at the tab yet, or if I did, I missed it. Now the reason that I let this wave push my turret was so that more waves would push and Easy would lose out more farm. Otherwise, if he went back, if I knew he went back, I would have pushed the wave. Alright, so Vayne is a very good farmer under the turret. Unfortunately, right there, I did miss 2 CS. But since she hits so strong with her basic attacks, it's really simple to just farm under the turret. You just wait. The back minion line, the ones right there, the 3 minions I just killed there, the mages, it's 1 turret hit and then a basic attack, and you can kill them. As for the front line, those little melee minions, it's 2 turret hits and then an auto attack. And then you can get the CS with that. Alright, so right now I'm just trying to poke, but like as you see, it's just natural for me to play aggressive against an Easy as a Vayne. But I keep forgetting, like I don't know why, but I'm just like thinking in my head that I can just do a massive amount of damage, but I keep forgetting I have a Soraka, so it's just
an enemy has been slain.
Completely like negated by her heals. Alright, so very good job by Janna hitting that tornado. So I'm trying to... So he wastes his ult on our Janna, which is something you don't want to do. You don't want to waste your ult unless you know you really can hit both of them as easy. Alright, so it's just free farming still. Well, not necessarily free farming, but just trying to put myself ahead of the lane here as much as possible. Vayne is very good at snowballing. Alright, so I see my supports going back, so I don't want to be too aggressive here. That's a big problem that a lot of people make, especially in ranked games that I've noticed. Because I do play support and AD carry mostly in ranked games. And I'll notice that, like, let's say a support's going back. Like, let's say I'm support and I say, hey, I'm going back to buy. I'll notice that my AD carry likes to just, like, push up and then get himself caught and die in lane. Alright, so Soraka being very annoying with her silence, just driving me nuts. So I see this Easy just goes completely ham on my support. My Condemn doesn't go off from that Soraka silence. She does a very good job at silencing me at the right times. And it was driving me nuts because I was just like, why are my Condemns going off? These are potential kills here. So good job by them.
Shadows are to be feared.
Unfortunately, Easy's ult right there. See, that's exactly what I mean right there. The Soraka would heal the minion to try to throw off my rhythm of CSing. And that's what a lot of good Sorakas would do. And I honestly, this is one of the first times I've ever seen Soraka do that. So, very well played by her. So I see Jarvan's coming in. And unfortunately, they do have it warded. As you can see, our support is telling him to go through try. So right now I have 1,650 gold. I'm going to go back here in a bit once I just push this wave, because I don't want to go back and then have them push my turret and take it out. So make sure that when you time the times that you go back wisely, because you want to make sure you don't lose objectives just because you wanted to go high. If you feel you're behind in lane, then just farm and play safe. There's always ways to come back. Even though we're winning the lane right now, regardless of that Easy kill. Alright, so just pushing this wave, as you can see, fast, so I can go back here. Alright. So, I just about have 2,000 gold, so I have enough for my Blade of the Rune King now. And once Vayne gets Blade of the Rune King, you're in for a world of pain. So it looks like top lane's in a lot of trouble here. I feel bad for Cho'Gath. Having to versus an Aatrox in top lane is just an annoyance. I would say his level 1 to 6, his lane phase is just overpowered because it's like he's got a built-in Guardian Angel at such a low level. And his damage output is insane with his QE and just basic attacks. Like he does fall off late game in my opinion. Like mid-late game he falls off. But his early game is just insane, so good luck versing him in lane. Alright, so I did pick up my Blade of the Rune King now. So let's see what happens. Alright, so just farming.
I hear the innocent.
Alright, so as you see here, I get a little anxious to poke at them, and I got out of place, so I was punished for it. So good job by the opponent team to do that to me. Alright, so I do see Fizz is coming in. So I pop my ult, use my Blade of the Rune King. And I am able to pull off the Condemn against Easy for once without that Soraka silence. And once I do, I finally get that easy double kill. Gosh darn Soraka. Without her, that Easy will get demolished. As you saw there. But good job by Fizz. Getting me that kill, setting up the plays. My team is basically carrying me right now. Make sure you give your... This is a team-oriented game, so make sure you give your team credit when it's due. I mean, if I was 1v2ing them, then I would say, oh, this is all me. Like, I'm doing what I need to be doing. But honestly, mid and jungle are just setting up kills for me, doing a great job. And the support is doing a good job getting the assists as well, doing her role. So in all honesty, I'm just doing what needs to be done by picking up the kills. So I see Eve here. I wanted to pull off that Condemn, but unfortunately, my support just get caught, and I just stay here with Jarvan, trying to bait them into the bush because I know that two of us could take them. Because my Blade of the Rune King active is up now, as well as my ult. That's the one thing I love about Vayne so much, especially with Blade, is that her ult comes up so much. So it's a low CDR. It's a low cooldown, I mean.
The shadows
and
are to be
that ult is amazing, especially with Blade. Alright, so it looks like top Aatrox is pushing hard. Hopefully Jarvan can go pick him off. So there are, I say this in most of my videos that I've put up so far, and I'm going to be repetitive because there are going to be new viewers, and I want to make sure that the facts get to them as well. So, what you do when you win a lane, there are multiple choices that you can pick from of how to win a game, be a team-oriented player. And what I mean by that is, you could do the following. If you win a lane like we did, you can either do what we're doing now, push other lanes and help other lanes win, and push objectives down. See right here, I am able to catch off this Cassin. He pops his ult, tries to get away, and I pick it off. Alright, Easy's out of place. When you verse an Easy, you want to make sure that you're not moving in a straight line because his Q is just all of his damage. Alright, so make sure as Vayne, your third, like I said, your third basic attack always procs for more damage. So you want to make sure your third attack you roll on, because if you roll and get the third attack off, it does even extra damage. So make sure you do that, or even your Condemn. So back to what I was saying before. You can push other lanes and help your teammates win their lane and push the other objectives to get more global gold. Or the other option is you can keep pushing your lane, keep farming your lane, and just take pressure off other lanes. What I mean by that is if you consistently push a lane, then the enemies from the other lanes will start to leave their lane to come to yours. And by doing that, you're taking pressure off other lanes, so other lanes can either freely farm or push their objectives and get global gold. So those are really the two main options that you can do. Let me know in the comments below if there's any other options that you think are expendable or you can use. Alright, so right now I'm just freezing the lane here, as you can see. On my keyboard, I just hold S, and it doesn't auto-attack until I release it. Some of you might have it hotkeyed to a different thing. But like I said, I am freezing the lane just to get some more farm.
Evil
So as you
lurks
see,
around
I went
every
Avarice Blade and Zeal. The reason for the Avarice Blade, Avarice Blade, is for the extra gold per minion kill that I like to get. This way I can, because I'm very good at farming with Vayne. So the more farm you get with Avarice Blade, the better, because you pretty much become rich. So right here, I see that they are out of place. I am able to pull off the Condemn on Soraka. She pops her ult, but it's not enough to keep her alive. But I want this easy right now, so I'm just gonna chase him, D-line him. Alright, so I do have my barrier up. If I didn't have my barrier up, I probably wouldn't have dived that, because I'm not too sure about the calculations and how much damage certain things are, so I'm not that good yet where I can just calculate those type of things. But I knew I had my barrier up, so like right here, okay, I'll explain why that happened. The reason that I just did that right there was first of all, I completely forgot Cassidy has a silence. So that completely countered my brain process. I was going, when he went to flash in like that, his ult, I thought I was going to be able to contend him against the wall and then pop my ult or barrier. But since he silenced me, I wasn't able to barrier, pop my ult, or my act. Like I couldn't basically do anything. So it just completely threw me off guard. So that is a mechanical flaw on my part, not knowing the opponent champions well enough. So that's going to come with time and practice.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Alright, so we are leading in kills 16-13, but remember guys, kills it isn't a team slayer game. It's not like whoever has the most kills is winning. It's all about the objectives and map control, pressure control, and etc. It's a team-oriented game. So just because I'm 10-2 doesn't mean we're winning. However, it is good that I'm the one with all the kills, because Vayne Fed is pretty much GG. You want to make sure the people who have the kills are the ones that are important. So for instance, if Janna had all the kills, this game would be on a completely different pace. The opponent team would just be dominating us. So it's a good job by my team getting me fed. Because Vayne is a hyper carry. And a hyper carry, what a hyper carry means, because I'm sure you guys have heard that term and some of you may not know what that means. There are certain AD carries who are known as hyper carries. Vayne's a hyper carry. Tristana, Varus, basically carries who have a strong mid and late game, especially late game, because ranked games, or most games in general, at my ELO, or like from silver to gold, sometimes even platinum, they usually go to late game. So you want to make sure that you pick a carry who, even if you're struggling in the beginning, can
beware.
Eventually just become really, really strong because they have that end game presence. Alright, so farming it out right now.
I pass judgment.
Alright, so I got all this farm and all this gold going into my bank. So, like I said before, I usually build more attack speed, so right now I probably would have had another Zeal building into my Phantom Dancers, but I was testing out a new build this game and I really liked it, as you'll see, so I'll probably just be doing this from now on. I believe I'm building my Infinity Edge right now, that's why I have a BF sword. Alright, so I popped my ult right there because I thought we were going ham, and unfortunately they weren't in a position where I could pick them off. Since Cassidy does have a good escape, and then Eve can go invisible. So that was a bad job on my part, popping that ult. However, I do see Cassidy is out of place now. I pop my Blade of the Rune King to try to slow him down and catch up to him. So I flash to the wall to try to catch up. And right there, my third attack proc and did an insane amount of damage on that easy, and I was able to pick up the kill even with that Soraka heal. So, as you saw right there, on my third attack, I did condemn her. I tried to condemn her against the turret, but it was just a little off, but I still did a good amount of damage on her. So, by backing them off and doing the damage, we are able to take objectives. So, once again, Cassidy is out of place, and he did use his R, so he doesn't have an escape now, and I was able to pick that up. So, I'm 12-2-1 with 190 CS at 26 minutes, which is pretty good. I would say my CS could be better, but really that's about it. So, as you saw right there, that was so weird. I condemned Soraka against that wall perfectly, but she flashed, so it like still counted, but blew her into the lane. I don't know, that was really weird. I was like, what the heck when that happened? Also, another thing that I want to bring up is the prior play to that where I was just poking at the Soraka and getting them weak instead of really killing them. That is perfectly okay. Oh, right there. That was a bad play by Aatrox using it on the Janna. So I am able to kite that Eve because she was going for the Janna. So we did burn Aatrox's passive Bloodwell, so he's not going to have that up in the next fight. Good job by... Sorry there, I popped my barrier. Wow, my barrier. Sorry, I'm choking on my own saliva here. Kassadin once again silenced me, so I wasn't able to get my condemn off. If I was able to, there's a good chance that I would have been able to kill him, but who knows. So I'm losing all that farm to that turret there. Oh well. Alright, so once again, even though I forgot to say it, as I was poking the Soraka and the enemy team on their turret, make sure that you remember that objectives are more important. So if you're poking at them and doing damage, forcing the opponent to go back, you're giving your team an opportunity to push objectives and turrets. So remember, it's just like poking can sometimes be more important than kills because it gives your team opportunity to have map pressure
from their pain.
All right, so I now pick up the Infinity Edge, and the enemy team is now going to feel a lot of hurt.
All is laid bare.
So right now I'm just picking up the jungle, getting any farm that I can to snowball even harder.
Evil lurks around every
So I see that Fizz pinged Dragon, and I think we're trying to set up for it here, not too sure. Alright, so it looks like Jarvan wants to go ham here. I thought he was going to ult, because as you see on the top of the screen, it says green, then he doesn't ult. So I kind of thought he was going in hard right there. I don't know why he didn't ult, because that would have been a good opportunity. However, actually now that I think about it, it's smart that he didn't, because there was a Kassadin and Israel, and they both have built-in flashes, and they would have been able to get out of his ult pretty easily. So good job by Jarvan actually not ulting. That would have been a waste. Alright.
Should fear me.
Alright, so just looking to get farm wherever I can. Whenever there's not action going on, whenever there's not fighting, make sure you take jump. Like as an AD carry, take the jungle, take any farm that you could possibly get, because AD carries are all about that farm. You need it. So as you see here, I'm probably just taking his wolves again. Yep. Waiting for that bottom wave to push, most likely, so that I can get that as well. Oh, never mind. I see Eve is pushing, so we want to try to catch her off guard here. I kind of had a feeling that there was someone in this jungle, and I am right as you see in this second. Right there. Alright, so I knew Aatrox was going to queue over that wall. So I decided not to pursue that fight.
All is laid bare.
I think right now our team is just looking for an opportunity to either fight or catch them off guard. These are the points of the game that are boring, where it's just like teams are just looking for stuff to do. So right, they're off guard here. All right, so I see that Fizz initiates there, and I go in on it. Alright, so right there I just 3-shot it easy with that Janna shield, double buff, and my Infinity Edge with all that damage that I have. This just doesn't stand a chance at this point in the game. Which is why I love Infinity Edge now on Vayne so much, because those crits are just unbearable. Right, so we see that Aatrox is going up top, however us three are going to stay and try to push down the objective. Okay, so I see that Eve is there. So me and Fizz are able to kill that. And then I 3-shot Kassadin, because at this point I'm so fat that even I can do that to a Kassadin. So by doing that, I am now able to take the mid turret and keep pushing as well. Easy does ult me, and I see that Soraka is by herself, not too sure what she's doing. I am able to condemn her before she silences me. So by that point, there's just no chance. Alright, so what you're about to witness is pretty ridiculous on Aatrox's part. I'm not going to ruin it for you, but let's just say something happens. Alright, so he does kill Janna, and he does kill Cho'Gath, who was chasing him low health. He turned around, Q'd, W'd, and popped his ult, and was able to stay alive. And the chat is now saying play of the week because he did that. But it's okay. They probably didn't understand how Aatrox works. He's brand new, so that's just gonna come with time. That's usually what happens when new champions are released. People don't know how to play against them, don't know what they're capable of, and will make a mistake due to that fact. It's all part of mechanical errors. It's understandable.
I hear the innocent cry out.
Alright, so he's clearing these waves. Make sure that you clear lane waves so that you can
magics.
so that your minions are pushing the objectives by themselves, so that you don't have to. The more minion waves that you push, opposed to their minion waves, is better for your team. This way you have more map pressure, your minions can basically take out objectives on their own.
I hear the innocent cry.
And you can pretty much just freelance around the map. So I do pick up my last whisper now. Just adding to any more damage that I already had. The reason that I am building the Blast Whisper is to negate any armor that the opponents have built to try to counter me. Because I really am probably the only one super fed on my team right now, as you can see. I almost 3-shot that Vayne. I condemned that easy. He still was able to get his ult off, which surprised me. I thought I was going to counter his ult by condemning him, but unfortunately I wasn't able to. So at this point of the game, this is late game Vayne, and you can just see the damage that she puts out and why she's considered a hyper carry. The damage that I'm doing right now is just unreal. And unfair, to be honest.
Beware.
Alright, so just pushing these objectives now. I'm pretty much just trying to end it. Alright, so I have 245 CS right now. Which is, at 34 minutes, 245 CS is probably nowhere near a pro level, but I would say it's either average or a little above average. Alright, so it looks like we are going to be able to end the game here. Whenever you shoot a turret as Vayne, make sure you Q, because it gives you extra attack speed and you're able to take down the turret faster. Alright, so able to get the godlike kill streak, and that is GG. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy my commentary. Please let me know what I can do to improve my commentaries or how I can improve my gameplay. Please remember to follow the links in the description below. It means a lot if you guys do that. So thank you so much, and see you in the next video.